Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11 and, of course, playing as Japan. Let's continue this. Okay, we need to attack across this river because they're getting it from both sides. Here's why this is doing so bad. Okay, you guys. Hey, come up here. Okay, we need to bring our... well, maybe more down, but at least bring that down. So that we can fly some supplies into there. We'll stop this for now. So we're going to punch with these guys this way. We're trying to build up money. Yeah. Okay, let's see. You guys come down to here. You guys move this way, and you move this way. You support that attack. Okay, well, we can build more things. We got some specialized light infantry. Okay, jungle plus 8.5%. Mountains plus 21. Let's try this with regular artillery. Mountains negative 28. And jungle plus, yeah, I think we're going to go with pack artillery. But we're also going to go with anti-tank. Starting to look ahead to we'll do light vehicles. I'm sort of looking ahead to battles in India and other places and needing the anti-tank as a thing. That would be very useful. Oh, I'm trying to build my money up. Okay, you're here. You attack here. Supported by these guys. In Spain, no. Okay, well. trying to defeat the Maw. Click up there. Here we now have Marines, which will also come in and support that attack. And these guys will attack there. Good, these pockets are all done. Okay, we got a couple of these divisions and one of those. Good sort of armored type division. Getting our motor torpedo boats built. Let's do some submarines. We have some up here, I know. But getting some more. And then these guys. We're going to do something very un-Japanese. We're going to do a commerce raiding war of submarines. And hopefully we can affect the outcome. Yeah, it's changed once we're no longer fighting across the river. Now, hold on, let's first do this. Japanese Marine. Wow. Really looks like the AI did right there for once. But that's better. And we'll give it a veteran HQ. Just considering an invasion, but this... No, just down here, I guess. Because these will be very, very helpful in invading, you know, Indonesia and Malaya and the Philippines. But yeah, we can do an invasion here. But look, we're, you know, a couple, 3 provinces away from the coast here and creating another pocket. And yeah, I do get the idea that, yes, we could send them down there. But that and this port here is, you know, mostly just we're forming a pocket, and we're going to get here pretty damn soon. And yeah, I just send them down here. That's the path. For best results at the moment. Okay, they're going here. They've made it to there. They're supporting that attack. As we just said, these guys can come down this way. And they're going to keep that from becoming an issue. They can swing that way. Oh, did they take out a cavalry unit? I guess they did. Wow. What's it retreated? Oh, it retreated up to here. Okay, well, you guys can start marching back. You'll stop attacking because it's no longer useful. Okay, and I see if we attack here, that would be useful. A lot of mud deepens. Czechoslovakia gets annexed. Okay, wow, October 38. That didn't happen until 39 if I remember correctly. Guarantee of independence of Poland. Okay, United Kingdom is decided. Yeah. Okay, let's see how big it... Okay, that's a fairly big air base. Let's get these guys to here. Yeah, it'll be full size or bigger by the time it gets repaired. And we will also move in these guys just to cover any enemy air operations. Veteran Opportunity Division. I'm saving my money. Snow begins to fall. Wow. Okay, well. Armor unit combined arms advanced. Very good. So they can... Armor units can now work well with others better. Okay, that's good. 3-man turret, that's even better. Something the Japanese, I don't think really achieved. I know they were trying some stupid big stuff, I think, or something. I don't know. But at least it wasn't on most of the models. And as you can tell, I am far from an expert on Japanese armor. Okay, 21st Army HQ near Tokyo, historically. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. And we have more leadership. We're actually doing fairly well for Japan and tech. Now we're trying to focus on things that we need, are useful, that type of stuff. Well, let's get twin engine armament. We still, oh no, yeah, that does it. Well, now that they no longer have that armor there, let's attack. Let's see, the garrison's getting punched down pretty fast. Close air support, pilot training, good. Let's move it over to Navi, our naval air pilot training, and yes, we've won there. Okay, now that these guys are here, let's bomb up here. And these guys, do your patrol thing, or interception thing, if they put any tigers that fly or something like that up there. Oh, you come here. You support the attack. And you drive to there. Infantry unit training, very, very good. We'll move it over to mobile unit command and control. And aerial mines dropped. Sea mines. Now, hey, I was thinking about this earlier today, actually. Mines. Why are they called mines? They're things out in this sea. Well, of course, they're like land mines. But why do you call them land mines? Well, let's get to these type dropped at sea. They were originally called, at least the earliest thing that I know they were called, were torpedoes. I think that goes to the torpedo worm. It's a worm that is in the tropics. It sort of likes to bore into something to create a home to live in, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they also sort of put a calcium thing or something hardened shell around where they bore into whatever, but they would bore into the underside of ships, and eventually, of course, they, you know, because most ship hulls are inches thick to maybe even feet thick of wood. They're not just like a 2x4. They're like a 4, 6, 8 inches thick of wood down in the hull for most ships, 17th, 18th century. These are thick things. Not like a modern fiberglass type boat with some reinforcing. Now, these are really thick things. So it would take a while for them to bore through. Now, ships that went up to enough northerly waters, they would kill it off, or if they just stayed up in northern waters. But so that's the torpedo worm would torpedo a ship by eating through enough of them, not just one, but enough of them eating through the hull, and you just sort of it's mostly just making a home for itself as it grabs stuff out of the ocean, I think. So yeah, and then they would sink. So they sorry about that. So I think it was mostly the Confederates in the Civil War were trying to protect their ports from Union invaders. So they would they developed what they called torpedoes or sea mines, and these were things that had a weight on them that would go to the bottom, and then like a rope or something, and they would float not necessarily on the water, but up high enough that even at sort of high tides, a ship coming by would hit. They were normally like double-ended things, sort of like a torpedo worm, I think, too, as well. And if a ship hit them, they would blow up. And again, ships are inches thick, so it wasn't necessarily immediate sinking, but it was, a serious problem. So that's where you get the I forget which captain or admiral or whatever damned the torpedoes full speed ahead. They were rushing into one of the Confederate harbors, and they knew that there were some torpedoes out there, some mines on tethers. But, the Confederacy doesn't have enough anything. So it's not like there's mines everywhere and every ship is going to be hit, but some are going to be hit. So instead of going slowly through it and trying to spot them and detonate them or something like this, just go through them, because they're also being shot at by cannon from the shore, I believe, at this time. So it's just going in, and it's going to just maybe take out, because they were also going in, and if I remember the period painting, in sort of 2 lines, but going in 2 columns going in, so they only take out maybe the first ship or so the rest wouldn't be taken out, so once the path was cleared. And yeah, a ship blowing up and sinking is going to cost, one, the loss of a ship, and probably some lives, but it's also happening more or less in a harbor. It's not like you're sinking way out at sea either. So that's what they were originally called, were torpedoes. Well, also, I believe the first real use of landmines was by the Confederacy. Real, significant use. Very much at the very end of the war, and the Union, of course, hated it and thought it was a terroristic tactic, but was put landmines down. Now, why are they called mines? Landmines. Well, because they started out as a mine, like a gold mine, a coal mine, an iron mine. It goes back to castles, to undermine things. So you would start out a ways, dig under the walls, use a lot, because the walls are big and heavy, but they're also, it depends on how they're constructed, they're not necessarily as solid as you might think. They're not like concrete. For concrete, if you undermine just a section and take out the earth, it'll stay there, especially with steel reinforcing. But it's more like stone with a bit of mortar in there, just to sort of maybe hold them. Maybe not even that so much as fitted stone, and then a bunch of rubble and other junk inside of it. And they couldn't necessarily afford it, but they didn't necessarily want to make the walls fully out of stone. There's a few ancient world full stone, but that's very rare, or what's remaining is full stone. There may have been other stuff, but what they actually wanted was a thick hard surface on the outside of the wall, you know, facing outward, a sort of thin, hard surface on the inside of the wall, you know, to the inside of the castle. And in the middle of the wall, a bunch of hard-ish, but not too hard, so rubble and other things that was compact. Trust me, it was compacted in. It wasn't like soft, loose kind of stuff. It was hard, but so that if it was, you know, something was thrown at it, you know, catapults, that kind of thing, or if rams were being bashed into it, it would have some give, some cushion. So instead of having, because if it's all really, really hard all the way through, and you start bashing on the stones, you're going to crack those stones and they'll fall apart. But if it's compact, as we would think of it, you know, touching it as a human, it seems very compact, but you slamming in another hard stone on the thing, there is a bit of give there, because you don't want this all springy and loose and falling apart either. So sort of a compromise. So you want this wall to have a bit of give. Well, so they dig underneath it, and then they'd have lots of, you know, timbers, you know, going up and down, you know, support posts and timbers going across the top, all sort of holding this in place. And once they got that all sort of done, then they would fill that area with brush. Not so much sure if the heat really was much of an effect, but they did that so it would all burn and catch the support timbers sort of all at once, get them all up there, and then have them collapse. And so that was undermining a castle wall. Okay, so that's how they did that. Now, how do you get to the landmine? Well, that was in the age before gunpowder. Once you start having gunpowder, instead of trying to dig all the way under, put all the support beams and all this other stuff, and then just sort of collapse it down, because you're just sort of, you know, going from a strong support, a bunch of timbers under there, to no support, so avoid and have it sort of collapse down. So the wall is still sort of there, but now it's like climbable. You know, you can get up and climb over it. And, you know, if you got a shield and some armor, you can sort of deflect a lot of arrows as you're climbing up, and helmets. But once they get to the, you know, gunpowder, they can all shoot volleys of musket fire down in there. So you need to move much faster. And practical shields and armor doesn't stop musket balls at short range. Trust me, I know. I'm test firing things, but yeah. So, oh, and when you proof a piece of armor, fire it at it, it's normally like a pistol ball with a fairly light charge. It's not a full-powered kind of thing. But so what they would do is fill that space under there with gunpowder to blow it up and to blow out the wall and blow the stuff away from it. So instead of most of the wall still there, but just sort of sagged down and broken apart in rubble, they're blowing a lot of the wall out of it to make it much more assaultable, as well as the idea that if you can't, because depends on what you're undermining, the more stone it is, the harder it is to get through, and other things like that. But some very big walls, very good, that would have taken a lot more undermining, you can just sort of blow up. So mines become, by the 18th century, mostly something that it goes under the ground. You put in an explosive charge, and then you blow it up. That's becomes mining, for undermining walls and things. You do towers and other things too, but so a mine becomes an explosion underground. So that's how we get to land mines. These are, things that are put under the ground that blow up. And then once you start getting into self-propelled torpedoes, then you have to go, oh, what are we going to call those things that either, are hooked to the ground and don't move, hooked to the sea bottom and don't move, or just sort of kind of float around, that's what they do, both types, versus a torpedo that is long and self-propelled. Oh, well, we'll call these floating things or whatever mines as well, and we'll call the others torpedoes. So that's how you get to aerial mines for the sea, which aerial mines are also sort of a bit of an oxymoron, in that mines are under the ground or under the surface, and they were under the surface of the sea. So we've got aerial mines, incendiary bombs. We really don't do that much strategic bombing. That's sort of why I've skipped that. Trying to focus on things that we're actually going to really sort of use. Well, now I know I just got a post saying I talk too much by somebody I didn't recognize. Even though I often forget who said what to me when I'm talking to you here now, that kind of thing. Oh, wait, I thought I got that. I don't know. I really do sort of kind of remember you guys. And just sort of an aside note, it's always easier for me to remember people if you also go into your YouTube or other account and create a little icon for yourself. Could be almost any kind of thing. Doesn't need to be a picture of you. Obviously, I don't use one of myself, but that just sort of helps me keep things straight. So I'm sure other people as well, not just me. But so somebody fairly new, and I agreed that I know at times I do talk too much, but I don't plan on giving up talking a bunch. But there is a difference between talking the right amount and talking too much, and I do get that. But so yeah, one of my things is to talk, and I don't know, you know, I said to him, you know, I hope you can still enjoy the channel, and I do mean it that way. And I don't want to, and you know, if not, I'm sorry or something like that. I don't want to mean it like, well, you better like it or just leave or get the hell out. No, I don't mean it that way, but, and I want the feedback because I thought that was an interesting aside story, and the question is not whether I should tell that story. I do absolutely think I should tell this story. It's, do I make it too rambling? Do I go too long on it? And I very well may. So I'm not arguing whether I talk too much. I do sort of kind of think I do. But some talking I do think is called for. Like I say, it's sort of my thing. There are so many YouTubers out there, even a fair amount doing this very game. YouTube has just changed its YouTube gaming quite a bit. And actually it looks like, I don't know if it's going to help me or not, but it's definitely going to help you if you go to, you click on the game, you know, like a symbol up there, you know, like Hearts of Iron 3 or whatever. Because I get to specify exactly what game I'm playing, if it has a, you know, record of it, you know, something that YouTube knows about. And so then you can go and click that and see a sort of super playlist, sort of super channel, if you will, for Hearts of Iron 3 games. And I went to it and looked around. There was a lot of my stuff there, but I think that's tailored because for some reason YouTube thinks I want to watch my own content, and that's part of the, because I clicked there to go and answer your comments. There is another sort of method to do that, but I sort of like following it that way, so I know what video you commented on, as opposed to just sort of going down, just going comment to comment to comment, no matter what the video is. I have that other option. But so so it's showing me my stuff because I go to my stuff a lot, obviously. So it's probably not nearly as prominent to me as it is to you, or maybe it is because you also watch a lot of my content, so it's probably not super prominent to other people who haven't found my channel yet. But still, I think it is a good and useful thing for generally for people finding, if they're looking for a specific, you know, YouTubers doing stuff, and they've looked at it and go, well, there's a bunch of people out there that I'd never even seen before playing Hearts of Iron 3 still, you know, relatively recently. So, and a lot bigger than I am. So, yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and I've watched a few of them at least, you know, that play this type of stuff. Partisan suppression, let's look at that. Yeah, we'll let that continue. And that's down here. And they're really good. Enough of them are, at least. Maybe not all of them. I haven't watched all of them, or even a quarter of them. Now that those tanks are back, let's stop. So I need to be. I don't know if I can be better, because that's sort of a subjective thing. You know, what is better? You know, at presenting the game, at talking about it, better playing. That's, some of the people want to watch this stuff because they're watching somebody who does it super well. And I think I do play this Hearts of Iron 3 rather well. Hearts of Iron 4 reasonably well. I definitely know people like Daniel from Paradox. He plays Hearts of Iron 4 a lot better than I do. You want to watch somebody playing Hearts of Iron 4, just playing it well, watch his content. It's really good. Dan 9L basically is how you can support that attack, I think, because you guys are pounding in that way. So as most of you know, it's my niche, what makes me interesting to watch. Whether it's better than others or not, I don't know, but is going to be talking in historical commentary, and it's just forest, yeah. And yeah, we'll also send these guys into. But there is definitely a balance, and I definitely know not too much. Armor plate thickness, okay, we're going to stop that. Damn, that's just getting annoying. Denmark is mobilizing its armed forces. Why? What armed forces? Okay, you guys need to move forward. I did move you guys there. I never did supply the other place because they didn't need it. But you need air supply, so send in some supply. Somebody's battling you. Okay, wow. I thought we had air fighters. Okay, you get up here and intercept any fighters. And so do you. So I definitely don't want to tell people just to go away, like it or lump it, or if you don't like it, go away. But to a point it gets to, you know, I gotta go, yeah, this channel just may not be for you. because I can't be, you know, everybody's cup of tea. Sort of mix metaphors, or to use a metaphor maybe would be more correct. And that's okay. Truck and prime mover reliability. Okay, that's good. Well, I'm just noticing that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is diplomacy, we're already at 0. Espionage, we're not doing enough as it is, so let's lock that down, and let's actually increase this by just a bit. Okay, well, there we go. Just shifted a lot of leadership over to officers and a little bit to intel, a little more. Poland, yeah, Poland should be an offer of military access from Portugal. Okay. Don't know why they want to give it. I would make the opposite. I really don't know. Did Japan occupy Macau during World War II? I know they occupied Hong Kong and the New Territories. But I know Salazar, the leader of Portugal, hated the Japanese. Oh, that was with a burning passion. So yeah, it wasn't like, oh good, you're here. Yeah, yeah, you can take the time to get up there because you're gonna need to get better organized. Okay, well, they're good enough to hold that bit. Looks like we're going to get their capital, and that may... I know they have a lot of space back there, but don't know that there's much for them to hold on to the mall click back that way. Okay, steel production advanced. Very good. That'll help. Now, are we still importing steel? Probably we are. We're going to stop all of that. Because I have not been paying enough attention to that. And we're also going to stop the coal coming in from Germany. We needed to stop it anyways. Not that it was not that big of a deal because it doesn't cost us very much. We'll leave the US one for the moment. We'll leave the Iraqis because those are mostly pretty damn small. Tibet we'll leave. Siam, yeah, we'll leave those. Brazil and Colombia, we're never going to get them like to be allies or not join the allies against us. But Iran, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, we might. Oh, and coal processing technologies too. Okay, so stop that. And of course we shifted a lot of leadership, so, and we do have a deficit, no problem, but I like to micromanage things. I know a few of you know, hey, yeah, just make a long production run of X or Y or something. Yep, that works. And is good. It's not that works and it's okay. It works and it's good. But I just like to micro it, I guess. Where I definitely watch like Benjamin Magnus and other people, they do those sort of longer production runs, get it going, and yeah, it keeps the flow going of the game here better. I agree. And so I may not be your cup of tea. Like I say, keep the game flowing or whatnot. Okay, you guys are coming there, and you can support that attack. Gotta get these HQs a bit further down. And so yeah, I definitely don't want people to leave. I mean, that's the point of making these and posting these videos, is to hang out with people here. But I also sort of kind of think that I gotta make something I'm comfortable with, and yeah, one of those elite light infantry really sort of changes the balance. Yes. Quizu. I don't know. You're attacking. Yes, and you're attacking there again. We know it's a desperation play to just keep annoying the human player until he goes away. Okay, it looks like we're going to get this here. Okay, well. Okay, well, okay, we're here now. So you join that attack. You come that way. You come down there. And this pocket's finally closed. Very good. Oh, they... Wow. So if you're still with me, why don't you... Thank you. And why don't you like the video? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, I really love hearing from you. So please post a comment, a question, a correction. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.